Cold gang. First round draft pick.
Welcome to another episode of Cold Game. I'm your host, Isaiah Dotson. I'm here with my co-host, Malcolm Bennell. Back for another appearance. We got Michael Highball Jr. back in the building. And ladies and gentlemen, man, hoop fans across the world, lock in because on the night episode of Cold Game, we got somebody special in the building for you. We talking bounce, buckets, and big-time hoops. Joining us in the studio is a man who live above the rim. And you seen him lighted up by IU. You watch him fly across the league. Now he bringing that same energy to Cold Game. A former IU standout, an NBA vet with stops in Memphis, Houston, and New York. A walking highlight reel with a 40-inch vert and a crazy first step. He's not just a player, man. He's a hooper. The cousin of Dominique Wilkins. And if that wasn't enough basketball royalty, he's also the nephew of a legendary grassroots guru himself, the one and only Uncle Boo Williams. Basketball is in his DNA, and tonight he bringing it to Cold Game. Man, welcome to the show, the one, the only, Troy Williams, y'all.
Thank you,
Yes,
thank you.
sir. Yes, sir.
That's a great introduction, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro. Man, how you feeling?
I feel good, honestly, man. I feel good.
Grace made man. I like to see you back in the building, Mike. How you feeling, cuz?
Man, I'm always grateful, man, to be here with the family, man. Got one of my best friends here with me. And just here, man, to just spread the love, bro. Drop some gems, you know what I'm saying? And just try to inspire at least one person that you can do.
Hey, the last time you was on, man, the pod went up, man. It was a blessing to have you on, man. You inspired a lot of people, man. So it's amazing to have you back in the building.
Man, I'm grateful to be here, man. And always, man, I'm only one call away.
For sure. T. Will, I want to start, man. I was going to ask you about your early upbringings, man, and the DMV, man. Take me back, man. How'd you grow up, man? For all the hoopers who don't know, let me ask you, man, how you grew up in the DMV? Tell me about the DMV area.
Well, first I'm from Hampton, Virginia. You know, in Hampton, Virginia, we're more down south in Virginia. We don't really claim the DMV. So we got I'm from the 757. So down in Hampton, growing up, honestly, man, the way I grew up, it's just I was just outside a lot, man. We played a lot of basketball outside, and that's just really where I got the toughness from, and just to be able to play through the fouls, and if I fall down, get back up. So, I mean, playing out there is just it really like got me tough. Like it got me tough. Got me to be tough on the court. So, growing up out there, by the time I had 8th grade is when the sports place was built. And I mean, I just been in the sports place since 8th grade since then. So that was that's got to be 2009 or even before then. No, it's about 2009, 2008, 2009, somewhere around that time.
Okay. All right. So the sportsplex, man. What is that? Tell me about the sportsplex. What's that about?
So you got the Blue Limb Sportsplex down in Hampton, Virginia. 8 basketball courts, indoor track. They do volleyball. They do the weightlifting competition. They do a lot of sports in there. So when EYBL comes to Hampton, Virginia, whether it's for the boys or the girls, they always do it at the Blue Limb Sportsplex. A lot of AAU tournaments happen at the Blue Limb Sportsplex.
That's crazy, man. And we've been hearing that name for years. You know, you hear the name Boo Williams, and especially in AAU, man, it's to be respected. You know, and I really was put on when you was coming through. That was around the year 2012, 2013, when you was hooping. Man, talk to me about your senior year, man. I want to get right into it, man. That senior year at Oak Hill, you went to Phoebe. It's your first 3 years, right?
Yeah, I went to Phoebus.
You Phoebus, and then your senior year at Oak Hill. Man.
Yeah, so I mean, Oak Hill was a transition from coming from Phoebus. Like I was going home every day after school when I was at Phoebus, but at Oak Hill, I had to transition to living on my own and living on campus and all that. But it got me right forward going to Indiana. But being at Oak Hill, I mean, sometimes it was tough, but I mean, just the attention from the basketball world that you get at Oak Hill, like going to road games, and a lot of our road games felt like home games. Like that was the first time I got to feel that type of vibe and being in that environment. And I mean, I got to play under Coach Steve Smith. He coached a lot of guys at Oak Hill. I got to play alongside Nate Britt, who was the point guard for UNC. I got to play with Sedarius Thornwell. I got to play with Terrence Phillips, who was Brandon Jennings' little brother. I got to play with a lot of people at Oak Hill, and I got to play against a lot of people. Like I played against Jabari Parker in Chicago when he was at Simeon. I mean, shoot, the list goes on. Like I done played against a lot of these guys nowadays. That's now big time names in the league.
Man, it was tough, man. But let me ask, when did you know you was the truth, Troy? Like, Boo Williams, Oak Hill. When was it that you know, man? Okay, man, hey, this basketball can really take me somewhere. When did you understand that?
Honestly, I didn't really feel that way until my first summer league game when I was playing with Phoenix. I say my first, or it was either my first or my second summer league game where I had like 20 something points, and I was like, whoa, like I kind of think I got a feel for this now. Like that first game was when I was like, I went from just being an athletic person on the court to now making plays of people scoring and doing all this stuff with the ball that I wasn't doing in high school or even in college.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask you. So you went from Oak Hill. I say I knew you was the truth when you was getting recruited. Well, you know when you was getting recruited by North Carolina, Kentucky. Tell me, bring me through your recruiting process.
So let me see. I was down to that was my 10th grade year. I was down to Kentucky and UNC as my top two schools. I went through a slump that summer. They both had backed off, and then let's see, that's my 11th grade year. Now that was my last year at AAU ball, and I was just like, man, I'm gonna just go out there and just play ball. So that's when I opened up my recruiting schedule again. Came back down to Indiana and Louisville, and I mean, Tom Crean just stuck out more to me than anybody else, honestly.
What about Tom Crean? I mean, because that's some high recruiting, praise. UNC, schools like that. What about Indiana? What about IU? What about Tom Crean? What made you make that decision?
I liked it because Tom was more so. All right, so when I was talking with the team, no matter if you was a walk-on or a scholarship player, no matter if you was a senior or a freshman, he gave everybody the equal opportunity to fight to be able to get playing time on the court. And I really respected that. Like it wasn't no favoritism or nothing like that. It's if you go in and do your work, I'm gonna reward you with for it.
Coach Crean, shout out Coach Tom Crean, man.
Yeah, no, I still stay in touch with him to this day. I love that man. Like I got nothing but high praise and love for him.
We love Coach Crean in Indiana. I'm glad you said that because every time we talk about our past coaches at Indiana. And this is me just being a lifelong diehard IU fan. I grew up since IU was all I've known since I was a little boy. From my father, watching the game with my father, my uncles, we talk IU basketball all the time. So, we went through, I grew up through the Bob Knight era, and after Bob Knight, after that situation, and then Mike Davis came through after Mike Davis, Kelvin Sampson, and then after Kelvin Sampson, Coach Crean. When Coach Crean came from Marquette, and it was a lot of, it was a lot of high hopes. And, our first couple years we was down, but the class right before you, Yogi and them, that last year, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, right? When did T Will, that's family. You feel me? So when did you know, like, when did you tell me about how you met your family, man? I want to know, how did family come together?
How did me and Troy connect?
Man,
so me and Devin Davis, best friends. And when he went to IU, I was going down there rocking with them. And then me and Till just clicked, bro. Like, just genuine, just click. Like, chill, just vibe, bro. Like, not doing too much, just chilling, bro. Like, we was always just rocking out together. And then, being in that spot, bro, like, niggas come from nothing, really. So, at the same time, it's like, nigga ain't had the best whip. But we pulled up and T Will, like, so we doing whatever, bro. We sliding. Like, and it's just from there, I'm like, yeah, he's solid, bro. And just the way that he carried himself, bro, just a genuine man. And we just, bro, from that day, we just locked in, bro. And it's just been just as that, bro.
Yeah.
To make us no closer.
And
that's what's up.
Go ahead, cuz.
No, I'm just saying that's what's up, especially when you get around college athletes, professional athletes, and people hold them to this high regard, the highest of regards. and then you actually get around them, get to know them, you know, get to chill with them. And like, man, they regular people, man. They feel how we feel, and like you said, man, like he wasn't worried about no car. I wasn't pulling up in no, you know, $100,000 car. He was like, man, we out and whatever, we mobbing, you know, on Bloomington campus, and you know, whatever, and Chevy Impala, it don't matter. So, shout out to that man, like, you know, really connecting with real people, and you know, doing your thing.
And we, I think it was one summer we came back. I think it was me, Dev, and T. Will. Maybe somebody else was, but we pulled up to German Church Park, you know, for our east side. Pulled up and we ran outside. Niggas like, I mean, everybody on the court like, Troy really out here? Like, where you come from? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Troy, you must Mike must not have told you where you was pulling up to. He was just like, hey. It's all that's a real friend because he trusts you. Because he said, hey, God say we're going to German church, we're going to German church.
That's crazy. Man. Hey, so that I know them crazy hoop sessions down in German church parks, man. I love that. I love them courts over there. Let me ask you that. So I set up that question because I want to ask you. So you coming in your freshman year at IU, Coach Green's your coach. You know, you got your people there. Dev's there with you. Y'all freshman class. It was you. Stanford.
It was a lot of us. It was me, Stan, Devin, Noah Vonleh, Luke, Colin Hartman. I want to say we probably had 2 walk-ons. Too. It was like 6 scholarship, 2 walk-ons. It was like 8 freshmen on the campus.
Oh yeah,
man, crazy. I was
deep,
talented,
deep. I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about walking into practice. There's a lot of young faces in there, man. And then I'm walking in, you got like Will Sheehy in his senior year, and I'm like, man, I don't know how we about to mesh. I don't know how we're gonna mesh.
How was it? How did y'all mesh, man? That your freshman year? Tell me.
All the rookies. It was all the rookies versus. Or I keep saying rookies, but it was all the freshmen versus Will Sheehy. Like, we didn't like that man at first, but by the time we got to the end of the season, I could tell you, man, that's one of my favorite people that I met at IU. Honestly, like, that's one of my favorite people.
Man, so that freshman class, you go out. So Noah Vonleh, he ends up going to the draft. It's crazy because Noah Vonleh, I actually spent a lot of time in the city of Haverhill, and he grew up, born and raised in Haverhill, Massachusetts, and he was a big time recruit from out Massachusetts. I don't know how he ended up in Indiana, but I was glad we got him because that man was a monster on the boards, man. He was super talented.
Yeah, that was my roommate. That was my guy. I remember I committed before him. And we was at I think we was at LeBron James camp, and I committed to IU before him, so I got the number 5 before he did. So we talking about that on the bus, and he was like, "Yo, you got number 5?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. I had to lock it down. I had to get that one."
Man, so your freshman season in. I don't think the freshman year we didn't make the tournament that year, right?
We didn't go to the tournament that year. We had a chance to go to the NIT, but Fred Glass was like, "Nah, we IU, we ain't going to the NIT." So like we had spring break that year.
Now we going to a big sophomore year. That sophomore year was crazy.
Man.
With you, James Blackman Jr. coming in. Oh man, that was talk to me about that year.
So they gave me. I had that. So when we had recruits come onto the campus, I started being the one to handle the recruits. I don't know who made that decision, but then I started being the one to handle the recruits. So that next year we got James Blackman. We got my boy Rob from VA. So of course they gave me Rob. We're both from VA. He played underneath my uncle. We already knew each other, so they gave me Rob, and we got James Blackman. And I mean, I think that was the start of to come together. But that same time, that sophomore year, we had such up and downs that year. That's when Devin had his accident. We're all on ESPN. I mean, we really almost lost a player for real, due to a tragic accident off the court. So like, we went through a lot that year, and I think just that one moment, it really it had us mature. Like, we really matured right then and there, and we made it to the March Madness that year. We didn't go far. Then we only made it to like the round of 32. Or no, we lose in 60. I remember we lost to Wichita State that year. I think we lost in one of those rounds. I think it might have been the first round. Because I think we came in at a 12 seed. I'm not sure, but I mean that was the start of that. That was yeah, and then that's when that year they gave me Thomas Bryant to recruit. They gave me OG and they gave me Jawan Howard. No, I didn't get Jawan. I think Colin Hartman got Jawan. I got those two.
So we want to talk about that junior year. One of my favorite years of Indiana basketball, man. So, but that summer you had a big time decision to make. You declared you went through the draft process that summer, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if me and Yogi did it or if it was just me. I think it might have been both of us. I think we both because that's when they first opened up and said that all right, you go you can put your name in it. You can declare for the draft without signing an agent and you can come back. That's when that first started, that rule. So then we testing the waters, that's what they used to call it. You could test the waters and come back. So I did that route and then I ended up coming back because I didn't like what I was hearing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Yogi and I did that together. And then that's when we both decided to come back. We got our recruits. And then that 11th grade year that I had, I mean, we just took off. Like that team was that's one of my favorite teams still to this day. Like, I mean, just how close we were on and off the court, how everybody got along, how we all were just one minded on everything. Like that was a great team.
Phenomenal team, man. Just take me
Yeah.
through that year. How did we? You made all Big Ten that year,
Mm-hmm.
and then also my favorite part of the year was in that Sweet 16. We played Kentucky, our
That was
heated
the third.
rival.
That was the round of 32. We lost to UNC in that Sweet 16.
Oh, in the Sweet 16. Okay. Round of 32, we played Kentucky, and we was
Yeah.
going against Jamal Murray.
Tyler Eulis.
Oh man, it was some dogs over there, and y'all
Yeah,
went
Skylar
crazy.
Bissier. I think Alex Poitras is on that team. They had Jamal Murray. Yeah.
Man,
I
tell me
mean
about
that.
that game.
All right. So, right before the game, so we finished the round of 64 on Friday. We play against Sunday. That's against Kentucky. So Saturday night we have film session. We have film session with Coach Crean, and Coach Crean brings everybody in. And I promise you, he started off the meeting with, he's like, I don't know how much I know about Troy, but I think for Troy, this is a more important game for him because then he told how I came down to UNC and Kentucky. So they said how we got Kentucky this round. They said if we win this game, it's more than likely that we're going to play UNC. And he said I really want to get both wins especially for us, but especially for Troy because they both backed off of him, and that was the set the tone or set the attitude for us to be like, all right, yeah, like we need to go punch Kentucky in the mouth. Like this a game that we want. It was all the fans saying that Calipari didn't want to play us during the season and all this, that, and the more. So like it's a lot of hype behind this game. And man, we just came. I remember coming out to the game and it was so early in the game. I tried to punch it on Skylar Bissier and I missed the dunk and it went all the way to half court. And I remember Uncle Boo called me after the game and he was like, why you try to dunk the ball so hard? I was like, man, you don't know how bad I wanted that one. Like, you don't know how bad I wanted that, but we got that win, man. That was a great feeling. I'm talking about come back in the locker room. Like, it was just a great feeling after that.
That's dope.
Super dope.
Let me see. Man, so man, we lose in that round of Sweet 16 in that Sweet 16. Tell me about that loss, man. UNC, man. At the time, I ain't gonna lie to you. At that time, I was away for a little bit. So I could only listen to the game on the radio. If you know what I mean. I couldn't even put my eyes on the screen. Feel me?
We came out slow though. We came out so slow that first half. That first half, we just didn't look like us at all. And then at halftime, of course, we got the Tom Crean speech, but I think that's where it was like, this might be the last time that this team plays together. Like we don't know what's going. Like Yogi's senior year at this point. Yogi's gone regardless. At this point after my sophomore year, I met with Coach Crean and the coaches, but I had my Uncle Boo with me. I had my grandmother with me. I had John Lucas Sr. with me because we're very close to John Lucas Sr. and everybody, and that's who's helped me with my NBA decision. So like we already told them after Troy's junior year, Troy's gonna put his name in the draft. So I had already known that in the back of my mind. So I'm like, we got to do something this second half, and man, like when we started to click and it started to all come together, it was already too late. We had already been down. Like I think that game I finished with 5 threes, and I was like, I don't even shoot threes like this. Like I made 5 threes that game and more. So like, I mean, we just started off so slow, and yeah, that's really much it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, after that process, after that game, making that Sweet 16 run, what was it? What was it like transitioning from that, college to that professional level? Like, how was that? How was that time in between there?
It was kind of weird at first, like going through the whole draft process, because I think even I had got into the draft combine. I don't know if Yogi had got into the draft combine. And so even with that, it was like I had to mentally prepare for that. Me and Yogi are both starting on campus and then flying out to going somewhere else, coming back to campus, going out somewhere. Sometimes we'd be on the road. I was living up my suitcase for about a month and a half. Like I like literally going from city to city, working out, doing different draft workouts and everything. Then at the same time, you got to worry about school. So with me, I completely just shut school out. I was like, I'm so done with school. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's my junior year. I'm done with it. I should have never done that. I could have graduated in 3 years. That was not the smartest decision. For Yogi, it's his senior year, so he's like, I have to graduate. So Yogi and I are just in two different mindsets when it comes to school, but just that added pressure on top of that was just, I mean, it was just crazy. Like I literally lived in in different hotels out of probably a suitcase and a half of a duffel for like a month and a half, just traveling before the draft and all that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me
Nah,
ask you
it's a
this.
lot.
Yeah,
Let me
super
ask,
crazy.
let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this too, Mike. This question for you, man. I want to say during this time, Troy's getting ready for the NBA process. He's traveling around. Tell me about when Grace made men. Tell me about that process and how that came about and how y'all collabed on that. Walk me through that process. Is this around the same time or how that
Nah,
come together?
that came about around time COVID was. So that's like 2020.
Yeah,
It
2020.
was
Yeah.
like 2020. Yeah, because I right when I got in the league, shoot, it was just hectic because I went undrafted. Then I played in Phoenix with the summer league for the first time. I got training camp off. I got 5 training camp invites off of that. I end up picking Memphis. Then I made the team for Memphis. So then by the time I got there, it was just fast paced living up until the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been with the Grace Made clothing brand that came about in 2020. Mike had it. This is after Mike's accident too. So Mike had his accident, came back from that, healed well from that, and he talked about. And we brought up a clothing brand before, but we never put too much thought into it. Like it was just like for like shits and giggles. But once we sat down and really talked about it, that's where we both was like, Mike wants to do something to bring money into his pocket and also want to give back to his community. And for me, it was I want to find somewhere else to make money other than just basketball, and I want to have fun while I do it. Like I wanted to catch my interest, so I know that I'll be really into it, and I like getting dressed and putting stuff together and all this that and more. So I was like, what's better than doing it with somebody that I know and that I trust? So I was cool with it.
No, that's
That's
what's up.
dope. That's definitely dope. So you play for Memphis, Houston, New York, man. Who was your favorite team that you played for during your time in the league?
Oh, favorite team. Every team was so different. Like, every team was different. Being in Memphis and like being in the city of Memphis was so dope. The food spots, the people, the environment, the culture. But I mean, you had that in New Orleans when I played for the Pelicans. But then, that's a tough one because I enjoyed the team with Sacramento with De'Aaron Fox, Iman Shumpert, Buddy Hield, Willie Cauley-Stein. Me and Yogi was back together in Sacramento. Frank Mason and I was together. Frank Mason's from Virginia. So like You had that team, but then I also had a great friendship with Michael Beasley when we was in the Knicks. I was always with Mike Beasley and Trey Burke. That's a tough one. Favorite team. And then you got your superstars in Houston, like James Harden was scoring 60-point triple doubles and everything.
Right.
Favorite team. I had to say probably Sacramento, honestly. Because with Sacramento, I was on a 2-way contract. And even though I was with the Sacramento Kings a lot, I was also with the G League team, Stockton Kings, a lot too that year. And I just got along with both teams, and both seasons actually went really well for me. So, like, I'll probably say Sacramento because I'm still friends with those guys, too. I still talk to a lot of people from Sacramento.
Halliburton was on the team that year, wasn't he? Or was he next year? He was.
Yeah, Halliburton wasn't on that team.
Okay. Because I was definitely about to bring up some of these Eastern Conference Finals right now. I know you probably locked in, man. But what you think about these Final Four teams, man? What you think about you got a dog in the fight. I know you play for the Knicks. I don't know if your fandom runs that deep for the Knicks, but what you think about these Final Four teams in these NBA Finals?
One, I didn't expect these I expected OKC. I expected Minnesota as well, but I didn't expect a lot the East side to go how it did. But I mean, honestly, I feel like the Knicks. I feel like they're on their last leg health wise because it's just how they've been getting run through the dirt, honestly. And my boy OG is over there, but I'm like, man, Indiana looks really good right now. Indiana Pacers look really good. OKC looks really good. It's probably going to be OKC and Indiana for the finals, but I don't know. I mean, me looking at the game right now, OKC's already up by more than 20. It's not even halftime.
All right, so let me go ahead and put you on record right now while we got you live. You said it's looking like OKC, Indiana, man. Give me your NBA Finals prediction, man. If I got a lot of friends that's gonna tune in. They're a lot of bettors, man. We want to get Troy's inside scoop. What's the NBA Finals gonna look like if it's OKC, Indiana?
I'm gonna go. Honestly, in 5 or 6 games, I'm probably gonna go OKC. Probably gonna go OKC, honestly. Like they both teams got depth, but OKC's depth is just something crazy. I mean, and it's #1 defense too. So I mean, shoot, like I don't know. I think it's gonna be OKC year, to be honest.
You say OKC in 5, 6, 7, 4.
It's 5 or 6. I'm saying 5 or 6 OKC.
Okay, I gotta respect that.
I don't see Indiana getting swept. I definitely don't see Indiana getting swept.
All right, we got some viewer comments that I want to bring in. They got some questions. We got some questions from the people for you, for both for you, Troy, and you, cuz. So I'm gonna just. I think we got 4 of them. 4 questions. I'm just gonna pop them up on the screen and let y'all answer them as they go. Let me see. We screen the questions.
Is this for Troy?
He's just screen the question.
I see a few. I see a few questions for Troy. I see a question for you too, Mike. So let me see. Let me see. All right. He actually. All right. Let's go this one.
Question for Troy: who was toughest person you guarded in high school?
Toughest person I guarded in high school. Julius Randle, without a doubt. Definitely Julius Randle. Yeah, because Julius Randle used to put his head down and just go to the rim. He was by far one of the most hardest people to guard in high school.
For them Texas Titans.
Yeah. Right at Peace Jam in Augusta. I remember that.
Hey, Julius Randle definitely plays bully ball, man. I'm watching that right now in the Western Conference Finals.
Imagine him at high school. He's so much more better than what he was in high school.
Right.
Same size and everything. Go left-handed, put his head down, and just go dunk.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, I see. This is a question for both of y'all. Here we go. I'll let y'all hear go one. Crazy's little five
memory. Ooh, that's a good one.
Look
at Mike. Mike, hey, listen.
I went to a frat. Hold on. I went to a frat during Lil 5. I went to a frat. And no boy, I ate Chipotle the whole day. They had one guy from the frat take my Chipotle order every time I did not pay $1. And I got me free Chipotle that whole day.
Oh, man.
I just had to tell him I got hungry. He'll walk over to Chipotle, order my food, and come back, and I got something to eat just like that.
So the superstar treatment at IU's real, huh?
Depending on where you go. Depending on where you go.
What's your craziest little five memory, Mike?
Man, the craziest little five. I think right when Troy figured out he was done, it was like, bro, we just woke up like stupid early. Darties all day, just going crazy. Like, and I'm like, bro, I'm a sleepy nigga, bro. When I'm sleepy, bro. He's like, nah, ain't nobody going to sleep, bro. We outside, bro.
Bro, we was 21 years old. Bro, we was 21. I was talking about a ball of energy. A ball of it. Before every game, I would have a small bag of Doritos and a Sprite before every game. Like at 21, 20, I was just outside. Like I had nothing but energy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do IU basketball players? Do y'all get treated differently on campus? Is that real? When people say that like the treatment is different, like everybody's they act crazy.
It only different depending on the season. Because I'd have been there my freshman year, and it like they like you, but you don't get no superstar treatment.
Right.
When you start winning, you act a little different.
Yeah. When they start seeing you making them tournament pushes, for sure.
Yeah, they act a little different.
It was crazy. A big thing this year, they was talking about how the online hate was real, and how a lot of people was online, just talking crazy about the IU players. Man, did you ever experience that?
For sure. I got suspended at IU. I'm suspended for 4 games. You know how much people talked about me? People talked about me so much that when I read the comments, I looked at one person. That same person, when I got back on the court, was cheering for me and wanted my autograph and more. And I told the security, I was like, I know that, man. I'm not signing anything. Like I'd done that before. So yeah, social media, they've been doing that, but at the same time, I mean, it's social media. Like, it's social media. Who's not going to talk crazy behind the screen?
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. You got one more question. I'm gonna put the question on the screen, but you young enough that I think, man. I don't know if dude. I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Hell no. Hell no.
We too young for Beijing, man. What are you talking about?
Right.
Let's be on one.
Hey, shout out to Shaq. Hey, shout out to Shaq, man. Shaq, he got jokes, man. Shaq got jokes. I definitely need some blackout, man. I got grades popping up, man.
All right, man, Troy, man, take me, man. Hey, let's take me overseas, man. We've been in the NBA. You've been around. You a vet in the NBA. You bouncing around. And then you start your career overseas, which some people say could be more lucrative, could be better than even playing in the league. So you go overseas, and what was your first stop? And tell me your time about being across the country, man. Tell me about that experience.
I will say when it comes to being overseas, it depends on where you go overseas. It depends on how you view overseas basketball. But honestly, man, I honestly love overseas basketball. Like, I started when I first left Sacramento. I went to, like, one of my first cities was in China. I was going to play in the CBA. I was in China for 10 days. When I tell you I complained for 10 days straight that I did not want to be there. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about fresh out the league, they're offering me $60K a month. I did not want to be in that city or play basketball in that city for CBA at all. Like, that living around, the living environment and everything else for that was just, it was too tough. Like, I couldn't do it mentally. But right after that, I went to Italy. Italy was only a 6-hour flight from New York. It's not China. Like, it was cool. I loved Italy. They gave me a BMW. I got a 2-bedroom apartment, wraparound balcony. I'm sitting right on the beach. When I walk on the balcony, the beach is right there. Like, my setup in Italy was amazing. I loved it. Then COVID hits. I leave Italy, terminate that contract, and then I have my son. I stay off of basketball for like a season. I come back around the next season. I go to Taiwan. When I tell everybody I love Taiwan, like, I still talk to my friends and more from Taiwan to this day. Like, I love Taiwan. I spent 3 seasons out there. I'm looking to go back again after this year. I was hurt. I tore my Achilles, but now I got back on the court. I'm hoping to go back out there next season. Like, I love Taiwan. I love Asian culture. I tell everybody the fashion, the people, the food, the everything overseas is just so different that like I love it. Like it's just so dope. I got the experience after Taiwan. I got the experience the Philippines. I was living in Manila, met friends and everybody over in Manila. I got to go to Venezuela, be out in Venezuela, and then I just got back from Mexico this past weekend from finishing out a season in Mexico in the SEBA Copa League. So I mean, just get to see everybody, meet new faces, see new things, and all that you don't get to witness in America is just amazing. And then the price for everything is so much more amazing overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love paying for stuff. Like I love paying for things overseas.
Mm-hmm. Man, shout out my Uncle Wayne, man. He went over to the Philippines. He came back with a wife.
Look, for real.
Man,
one of my closest friends played in Brazil. He came back with a wife. So like that's just how it is. People find love overseas.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. So from your experience, man, it was great overseas. Now, let me ask you this: I've been seeing a lot online on social. One of our, we've been seeing one of our former IU players go through a lot on, he's been voicing a lot of opinions on social media about his time in China and the treatment of the agents and not being able to get paid on time and that side of it. Is that side real? On dealing with contracts and dealing with Chinese agents, and is have you experienced any of that at all?
Yeah, so that's why I said that's where it comes back to. It depends on where you go, and what league you play in, whether a league is FIBA sanctioned and all that. So like, all right, say if I get hurt, do they pay for it? Do they have insurance for me? Do this, that, and more? So there is that, but at the same time, you have your bad side of it. People go through late payments. Teams don't have monies. There's no communication that can be made through you and the president or the owner of the team, owner of the president, whatever they call it, because there's a language barrier. So now you're only talking to this man through the translator, and it's like the translator don't get it right every time. So like the translator can come off harsh, but it's not him talking harsh. Just like a translator could tell you one thing, but he's saying another thing, and vice versa on me. So like you have that as well. But me going to Lebanon, I went to Lebanon one time. When I say I went to Lebanon for like a couple of days, and I had to tell my agent, like, look, can you just buy me a flight and I'll pay you the money back because I got to get out of here. I was supposed to get paid. They didn't pay me. They wanted me to play and no pay. So I'm like, I'm not finna do that. Like that's not how I roll. Like, y'all have my resume. Y'all know I'm professional. Y'all got to be professional. Y'all not holding up y'all end of the contract. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Well, then the team ain't want to buy my flight. So then I had to get my own flight. So you get in those situations and all that happens. But make sure that you have the right people around you. So like the agency that I'm with now, that's not going to happen because my actual agent has actual relationships with those people out there. They don't have to go through an agent or some runner that's in that country to talk to that team for them, because that's where a lot of people have a middleman. You don't want to have a middleman, and then you have your people like I could with my connections and more. I could not have an agent and just do all my deals myself, but trust my agent at the same time to make sure, like, all right, like he's gonna make sure that they got these rules set it in the contract. They got this insurance set up in the contract. They're gonna know, like, all right, I got lawyers and more behind me when they make this contract to uphold them on this contract, and it's within the contract as well that I may not see or that I may not think of to put in that contract. And a lot of people go through that. So that's where you get, oh, my money's not on time. They're not paying me my money. They told me I would get this. I'm not getting this. I was supposed to have an apartment by myself. Now I'm living with 3 other people. I said that I want to have flights for my family and kids to come out. Well, now the team's saying that they're not going to pay for it. I have to pay for it. Like, you get those type of things, but if you put it in the contract, you don't got to worry about that. So I always make sure in my contracts I got the FIBA insurance. I have, all right, I want to have my family members come out. Well, I want the team to pay for it. Well, they give me 4 flights for like, I will fly them to the country. We'll fly them out of the country. We'll fly them to the country. We'll fly them out of the country to give them a total of 2 trips. And that's how you go about it and more. Then you get the right teams that help you. Like, say some people bring their family overseas. Some people live overseas with their family. They want to bring their girlfriends and kids over. They make sure, well, the team will make sure they have their passports and all that expedited, get all this, that, and more. Make sure they make it through customs and all that, and then you're good to go. Now your family's overseas with you. The team pay for everybody's flights. They'll get you your own apartment that's big enough for everybody that to be accommodated and be comfortable, and you're good to go. So like, you just want to make sure you have a good team around you and make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into.
That sounds crazy, man.
That's
That's a
about
lot
to
of
say
that's a
that's
lot of lead.
that's definitely some real veteran game right there. Because I know there's a lot of guys, out there who's and not in between. Maybe they just now getting out the league. Maybe they just going right overseas. I got a couple like Lil Dev, cause I know he's been doing this overseas thing for a while. So, and when he comes home, I always have questions for him too. I mean, because that's just such a unique thing to be, where you might be in Italy, like you say, you might be in Lebanon. You just in these real, for people like us, I plan on getting my passport this year, but somebody who's never been out the United States, like that's just hard for me to fathom. Like they really going out to these places hooping, professionally.
And another thing is you can't, or I try to tell everybody who like coming overseas. Like I get a lot of young guys that ask me about overseas ball and all that, and I try to tell them, when you go overseas, it's not America. So you don't go overseas expecting American type stuff or expect to not be looked at a certain way or something like that, because it's only one of you in this whole country. And I try to tell everybody, just be yourself, be calm, treat everybody with respect, and it's gonna come right back to you. I've met so many people and so many connects of just being myself, being down to earth, actually talking with people. Now I don't got to open up too much, but just open up to like somebody, let them feel comfortable, and you'll connect so much that way. Like you'll meet so many new people in the world, business connects and more, if you just play your role right.
So you said that all of them though, Taiwan is it? Taiwan is the spot. That's where you like the most.
I do love Taiwan. Like
That boy living
I
in
like,
Taiwan. That boy was
yeah,
living.
like I love
Boy
Taiwan.
was
Like
living.
I'm so connected in Taiwan. I'm so connected in Taiwan. I don't gotta wait in lines if I want to go out at night. Like I don't even gotta wait in the line. And it's not because I play. Well, it's because I play ball. But at the same time, when people start to talk to me, they're like, "He's just a regular dude. Like he real chill. He talked to us like normal people. He let us talk to him like a normal person. Like he's just chill." And then I just go from there. And I met a whole bunch of people. Met a whole bunch. I can get stuff made for our clothing brand through Taiwan now because I met manufacturers over there and all that.
That's love.
Mike,
That's love.
Have you ever been out have you ever been to see one of the games overseas?
Nah, the crazy thing is, bro. But as I always say, man, God don't make mistakes. And we was planning to do Choi's 30th birthday, December 30th, 30 for 30 or 30 on 30. And then he got hurt. So then it all put it on pause, and then that's when we wasn't gonna be able to do it. That was my first time going out there. Just as Malk said, man, I've been having my passport. I've never been out the country, but that was my first time going to see my best friend play. So,
Mike, let me ask you a question, man. Man, since our last podcast, last time you was on, man, we got a lot of positive feedback. A lot of people was really inspired by your story. Man, one of my favorite clips of all time, is the clip you talking about, the tragic, the car crash, and and how you bounced back and how you overcame it. Man, just tell me about the feedback since that podcast. What you been up to, man? This talk to me. How you been?
Man, God is always good, first and foremost. And it's been, man, that's my first time ever. So again, from the bottom of my heart, bro, I appreciate y'all bringing me on, giving me opportunity. Everything I do is genuine. So I know some people ain't always got the right mindset, the right heart. So I just wasn't gonna go anywhere to break it out, But now it's just like the opportunity being there. I just still got to be wise, man. But I want to see everybody eat. I want to see everybody win. And the love it's been amazing, man. It's been amazing. And as Troy said, it's just being yourself, man. Being yourself, extending grace, and just being cool, man. Like you ain't gotta just be yourself, man. Stay in your own lane, and everything gonna pan out, man. It's all gonna be good.
I think the love is definitely real, man. Man, it was crazy just seeing how many local celebrities just engage with that post, and I was just shocked. Just seeing different people and
Who you
different
see?
people.
Oh, this couple.
A couple people I seen was it's a rapper. I want to say her name is she's heavy in the city right now. Her name is it's skipping my mind right now. What's her name? Her name is skipping my mind. She always in orange.
Yeah, Paris. Yeah, Paris.
Paris Ladon. She engaged with the postman, showed love. That was heavy. The regular family members engaged with the post, like the regular family members. I seen David Bell engaged with the post.
Oh, yeah.
He loved it.
Yeah,
your brother Juju engaged with the post. He loved it. When you speaking about Juju, that guy, that got a lot of love right there. So, man, it was a lot of love that came across, man. It was just, I was shocked, because it came so quick. It flew up so quick. Every time, and this social media is kind of new, especially off the Cold Game podcast is new. So when you see a post go up, that was one of the first posts I seen really go up and get a lot of engagement, man. I maybe watched that clip literally like 100 times.
That's love, man. That mean a lot. That mean a lot to me.
All right, Troy, let me ask you this too, man. A lot of people who don't know, you will be hooping local. I don't know where it's at, but you will be hooping in the States this summer with Team TBT, the Hoosiers.
Yeah, Assembly Ball. Yeah. I'm gonna actually be playing this year. I was hurt last summer, of course, but I actually be able to get on the court this time.
Okay, man. We got a lot of faces, a lot of familiar faces are gonna be on that team. You, Yogi,
James said he coming back. I think they trying to get Noah to come back for to say that he's gonna do it. And some more people, trying to get some more people names. It's gonna be a lot more IU guys this time around. Heard they're trying to get a lot of more Indiana guys this time around, and then they'll worry about adding other people after that.
You ready for that?
Yeah, man. I was around it last year, so I got to be around it, see it all, and got to experience it from the sidelines, or just from the player standpoint. But this time around, actually being in it and actually being on the court with Yogi again and all the guys and James and all, I actually can't wait. I cannot wait.
That's gonna be dope to see, man.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a great environment. The TBT do a great job with that. It's such a dope experience. You get to play against guys that you didn't get the chance to play against. You playing with guys that you haven't played with or you haven't played with in so long. So it's such a dope experience. The TBT is well put together. It's super well put together.
And then if you win that tournament, everybody get that check, right?
Yes, 60. Not even a check. It's a cash app. It's a cash app. 60 bands.
Man,
need that.
60
bands. 60 bands. Soon as the game ends, you get that notification, that joke sent.
It's a cash app or a Zelle?
Zelle.
Oh, okay.
Hey, however you send it to me, cash app, Zelle, I'm gonna take it. 60 bands, shit.
60
When do I sign up?
60 bands.
Hey, I go out there and drop my four somebody back for the 60. Who I need to stop in that post?
Yeah, I need a big man. I'm about 6'2".
Right.
400. Ain't nobody gonna move me. I promise you that.
Yeah, right.
I got at least 10 boards in me.
Hey.
Look, for real.
How many fouls we get? Because I'm gonna maximize my fouls.
All right, man. So we like to do something fun towards the end of every show, man. Something fun. It's called One Cold Minute. We give you about 10 questions. You got about 10 seconds to answer each one.
Okay.
I don't think that math even mathing. 10 questions, 10.
Say, that's about a minute and a half.
Yeah, that's about it.
And that's usually what we get about to a minute and a half.
Right.
But it's a cold minute, though. It ain't just a regular minute. It's a cold minute.
It's a cold minute, right?
Longer.
It's different, man. Hey, yo, but I'm going to shoot a couple questions at you, man. We going to, answer them as rapid as fire as possible, man. But, cuz, man, you got that timer ready, man?
Cuz, man. Come on, cuz, stay ready.
All right, man. Just, you ready for these questions, Troy?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's get straight into it, man. What's the best dunk in your career, in game or practice? What's the best dunk?
My dunk against Purdue junior year on the sideline, dunked over 7-footer against Purdue.
Your most underrated teammate you ever played with?
Teammate I ever played with? Willie Cauley-Stein.
Who's the toughest player you ever had to guard?
Michael Beasley.
NBA city with the best food?
New Orleans.
Craziest fan moment you ever had?
I had a dude rip off his shirt right in front of me, and it was my face on his chest.
Oh my God!
He was fanned out.
He was fanned out.
I didn't know how to take that. I didn't know how to take that.
Had my face on it, so I know it's
real. Crazy, man. All right. Your go-to pregame song or artist?
21 Savage. Anything. Any song.
Okay. Would you rather hit a game winner or block a game winner?
Hit a game winner.
Your first big purchase after signing your NBA deal?
Rolex for sure. I bought a Rolex.
Held earlier for him.
All right. If you could run fives with any player, past or present, who's your starting five?
Iverson, JJ Redick, Alonzo Mourning. I'm trying to think of another Virginia guy. Dorian Finney-Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin Anderson.
Okay. And your greatest moment in the Indiana Hoosier jersey, man. Your one shining moment.
Champions at Iowa when we won at Iowa. Yeah, that one. Yeah, 2015-2016 season. We won on the road. Went to Sweet 16 after that.
There you go. There you go. One cold minute. So that 26, yeah. Oh, that was that championship. Yogi hit a step back that game. Clock was winding down.
I think that was the game. And then, because the last shot was Iowa, and that was Peter Jock in the corner. He missed it. Yeah. We won that joint on the road to win it outright. Yeah.
Man, that was crazy. That was a crazy game, man.
Crazy atmosphere.
What you think about the current IU team right now, Coach DeVries, and what's your thoughts about where we stand this year and what you think we might do?
No, I haven't seen the team. I just started keeping up with the team again. Now that life has slowed down, and I had hurt myself as well, so I wasn't on the road and being the time difference being 12 hours. 7 p.m. game is 7 a.m. to me. I am not waking up. I'm not waking up at 7 a.m. to watch a college basketball game. But I'm actually excited for it, man. They just re-signed my old. They assigned the coach that recruited me, Kenny Johnson. He's back at IU now. I commented on that post. I'm actually excited for that and excited for him. So me going back to campus for TBT, I can't wait to see Kenny again. Like I said, he recruited me, so I can't wait. And I love Kenny at IU. He taught me so much at IU. He was the first one. Let me tell you, when I first got to IU, me and Coach Crean was barking at each other. I was just 18, and anything that came to mind, I'm saying it. And I remember telling Coach Kenny, I was like, man, whatever he called me, it's not gonna be worse than what my mama called me. So that's never gonna get under my skin. Right. And so he was like, he's the first one that was like, man, you listening with the intent to respond instead of the intent to listen or the intent to learn. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. I just waved him off. And I was like, I don't even know what he's talking about. But then when I actually sat and thought about it and we talked about it again, he was like, you so ready to respond that you listening to the tone of his voice and not the message that he giving off. And once I matured enough and was able to separate it, that's when it came to me. And it was like, I started to understand when people tell you growing up, if the coach stops saying something to you, then you should be worried. That's when I understood, he's on me so much that he knows and can see my potential before I even saw it. And I didn't realize it and really see it until I'm going into the league. And like I said, after my first summer league game, I had 23 points and I was playing so differently. Coach Crean was there at that game and we talked about it and everything else. and he always seen me being a player like that, and I never saw that bigger picture for me. So like, I mean, shoot, just a great guy, man. Like I said, I got none but love for him.
That's a great segue to my final question. I want to ask both of you, and this is something that that we always do, but I'm gonna start with you first, Troy. If you can give any advice to your younger self or to a young hooper that's grinding, trying to get to that next level, what would you say to your younger self, to that young man that's trying to level up?
It's to take my time and be in the moment more. I would definitely tell my younger self to be in the moment more, be more present in what you're doing. Because I mean, like I said, being in that moment, you don't realize how big of a moment, or how big of an accolade, or how big of a impact that has on your life. Like even to this day, I can still see those certain moments vividly to this day, and I can relive them mentally. Because I mean, it was such big moments. So like, I really wish, or I would tell myself, younger self, to really live in the moment, be in that moment.
Okay. Okay. And Mike, I'm gonna ask you this. For a lot of people that don't know, man, I think you are an example of what being a genuine, humble, um, truly special person. If that's your foundation, what type of connections and love you can get from just being a good person. So with that being said, what advice would you give, or what would you say um, to somebody who is maybe having a hard time figuring out life right now? What would you say to that person, man? Give them, talk to me, man.
Man, that's crazy because I was just watching a reel, a podcast before I jumped on here, and I mean it's always, man, keep God first. Surround yourself with good people, and just never give up, man. Um, be yourself though. Be yourself. It may be different than everybody else doing. If you looking at, like the choice said earlier, social media is social media. So you looking at social media and you looking at how fast people getting this, or they may be younger than you, but they got more than you. But you don't know what they did to do that, to get that, or to keep that. So just be yourself, run your own race, man. Surround yourself with good people and ask questions, man. Um, it's cool to work a 9 to 5 for real. It really is. I mean, it's nothing against. I tell all my friends like football, basketball, baseball, professional is great. That's great. But you got to do something. Sometimes the ball it's gonna stop dribbling. Everybody's timeline is different. So you may be up now, but do something to make sure when it's over, you got something that's there on the back end. So whatever that may be, whether a degree, something, do something. Just don't focus on I'm gonna make it playing ball. That's cool, but only for so long, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would say. Surround yourself with good people. Not somebody that's just trying to take away, but somebody that's trying to bring you up. If your friends make it before you, are they trying to pull you up? If not, they not. I don't think they your real friends. To be honest, I mean we all struggle. You know what I'm saying? But I say the ones around me, we all went through hard times, and we bring each other up.
Mm-hmm.
Troy may have a bad day. I may have a bad day, but we pull each other up, bro. You got to keep going. It's a marathon.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Mal, I know that's gonna be tough to follow up because hey, you always speak so well, Mike, and and I think what you say is real. But Mal, I'm gonna ask you, is there anything, um, any final thoughts, anything you would like to say?
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to follow that up. I'm gonna just say thank you to Troy, thank you to Mike, man. We appreciate y'all coming on this platform. Hopefully this ain't the last time. And this is kind of what we do it for, man. We want to hear the perspective of the guys who's been there and done that, and what they doing now. And it's always good to see y'all journey and to see you grow. And we'll be right along with them. You definitely, you got a new fan in me today, so I'm definitely gonna be taking a look at what's going on in your career from here on out. And I did get to say congratulations. I heard you say that you had a son back in how old is your baby now?
He about to be 5 next month. Literally about to be 5.
Congratulations. I know my big cousin Isaiah knows about them 5-year-old boys. He got one running around too. So I know that's a tall task in itself. So I just had my daughter, she'll be 3 this year. So yeah, congratulations on that.
Look, I got a daughter too. She's 8 now. So take your time.
Take your time. So yeah. So but yeah, I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Troy, for taking we almost had an hour out of y'all scheduled to come kick it with Code Game. I really appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all, man. I appreciate all of this for real.
Thank you. Code Game.
Code Game.
Four, Code Game. First round draft pick.